Hello, good evening. Welcome to yet another wonderful edition of our program Business Today at EBS Benin. My name is Uncommon Emmanuel. Welcoming you to yet another wonderful journey we're going to be having, especially if you are a young Nigerian this evening. It's no longer news that social media has created a whole lot of business opportunities for so many young Nigerians, and not just young Nigerians alone, but the entire Nigerian population are actually key into the opportunities, the glamour, the benefit that's associated with social media. But in spite of this acceptance, adoption, a lot of persons are not aware of so many opportunities there are in the social media space, in the tech space. Today, we'll be beaming our searchlights, looking at monetization and how individuals are making it big from monetization of their business, of their content, of what they do on various across social media platforms, and how you out there, you're interested in doing it, how you can also key into it. Our guest tonight will be giving us a lot of insights. We'll be looking at it, and it's amazing to know that we have people, young Nigerians, who earn over 150,000, 200,000, 500,000, and some earning millions on across various social media. And our guests who are practical practitioners of these insights, they're going to be telling us what we need to know, what has been happening, what those new entrants can also do to capture and be part of this adoption of this monetization on the social media space. Then we'll look at that and we'll be coming. I have my guest. We have in the studio already. We have Peter Ibujale. Peter, good evening this evening.
Good evening, come on, Emmanuel. Good evening, Benin City.
All right, thank you. And also seated next to Peter is Mark. I could see Mark. Good evening this evening.
Good evening, Uncommon Emmanuel.
Your name seems to be, there's nothing Mackenzie of the social media.
Well, feel free because we are discussing monetization today.
Obviously.
And Mackenzie is a very strong name when it comes to that social space.
Wow. Now let's start with you. Let's look at the social media space. When it actually started, very few persons, we call them early adopters. They were in the known about in this the tech space. They already had, I don't know how they got first-hand information, and they were the early starters there. They were making huge amount of money, millions of naira. As a matter of fact, they're being paid in dollars. They converted to naira, and you saw how they were living large until during COVID, a year before COVID and post-COVID, when the social media space, the tech space was democratized. It seems it was an all-comers affair. A lot of persons were going into it. Then we thought, okay, 5 years down the line, maybe we would have attained saturation. But for me, I think it is still give us an understanding of this monetization, because in our own generation we are used to AdSense. All right, it started with AdSense on our website. Yeah, then it seems to metamorphose. Then we now saw YouTube coming on board, but now it seems the gold mine is social media. Give us an understanding. What is monetization, and how are young people keen into this? Not just cashing out from this space. Mark.
Thank you very much, Uncle Emmanuel. You know, just like you said, from AdSense to progress into YouTube, and now we are in the social space. People interact these days, and where most people go to interact is the social media. So the market is very huge there in the social media because everybody resonates with it. The young and the old resonate with social media. You have your Facebook, your YouTube. I will keep YouTube one side. Facebook.
Why we keep YouTube as one side? Is it the like our guy was? Is it a pata of them all?
No, YouTube has been there before the huge influx of content creators into social media. The one where they have huge influx now is Facebook. After Facebook monetization last year, you can see a lot of Nigerians are making money there. And because of Facebook monetization, people now understand where their Mark Angels that you said about the earlier time are making their money from YouTube. All these are niches and areas where you can key into. Monetization is all about bringing value to what you know how to do and earn from it. That's what the simple definition of monetization. And what is social media monetization? Now you have a skill, like you on Common Emmanuel, you can collaborate, you can interact with people very, very well.
Obviously.
Okay, so you can use that your skill and bring value into it and make money from that skill. Okay, so social media give you that avenue to harness that your skill, master it, then make money from it. So when you harness your skill, master and make money from it, you will now know the value you can give to your society. And it's step by step. If you want me to go further, I can break it down. Now you must have something you are offering. And that something is something that people are willing to share with it.
All right, I think I'll come to something that you have to offer,
Yeah.
because we now see people today who don't even have anything to offer. They simply copy other people's work, do a kind of I know I used to see Peter do something like that. He will laugh, he will do some video and he'll be laughing, and he's like a kind of, so his face and that particular content that has gone viral, he merges them together and he also pushes it. And often at times we discover that the original creator of that video gets probably 3k likes or 3k views, as the case may be. Then somebody like Peter Epujele captures that and is getting 1 point something million views, and we are wondering, Peter, let's look at providing something. We know the tech space demands that you come up with something to make money, to cash out, so to speak. But we have people who have something and those who have nothing at the same time on this tech space, and they're actually making it big for themselves. How does this tech space seems to accommodate these divergent set of persons?
The thing is very simple. Sometimes people look at stardom. Stardom is not fair. For example, there are musicians who know how to sing, who have very nice voice, melodious voice, but they don't have, they're not popular. And then you find some other persons who really don't know how to sing. They may not even understand music like that, but they just have passion for it, and then they have a lot of followers. That's how it is on social media. People get popular for one reason or the other. There are a lot of people who are popular, but you really can't pinpoint to say, okay, this is what this person is teaching, this is the talent this person has, but the person just has followers. People just like such a person. And then when you are somebody that has something to offer, and then you make a video, you could get few likes, few views, and then somebody else posts that video. The person is getting millions of views and all of that. But now when we're looking at monetization totally in social media space, you discover that where we are in Nigeria today, talking about monetization of social media like Facebook, YouTube and the rest, where we are today in Nigeria, a lot of people are now aware that people are making a lot of money. There are people in this city, this Benin city we live in, who earn more than 10 million in a month.
Wow.
Yes, there are people in this Benin city who earn more than 10 million. And sometimes when you see them on social media, some people insult them even on their pages. They tell them, oh, you are jobless, go look for something to do, and all of that. Now, people haven't come to terms with the fact that job doesn't mean you getting ready going somewhere. If job is that thing that you do to earn a living. So some people earn their living at home. But basically, when it comes to social media earning, there are a lot of people who are earning, but it's not about you having talent. It's about you having attention. Once you can get the attention of people on social media, you make it. And really, it has helped a lot of Nigerian youths. There are a lot of Nigerian youths today that people are wondering, oh, where do they get money to buy these cars? Where do they get money to build these houses? Where do they get money to do all of this? Little do they know that it's from social media.
I remember back then when we used to say, all right, Emanuela is 7, she was worth 12 million.
Exactly.
And a lot of people were saying, is it not just common comedy?
How is it possible?
How is that possible? But look at some of the statistics that we are having, especially in Nigeria. We have Nigerian YouTube channels currently earning between $6,000 to $66,000 As a matter of fact, that earnings actually doubled in 2024 alone. And also, one e-commerce site seller, they actually said they paid over 9.88 billion naira to creators in 2024. Peter, let's look at the surge. A lot of persons are not into content. What do you think? Is it the monetary benefit that actually led to the surge, or you think it is the willingness or the desire to add to society, to better the lots of other persons that has attracted a lot of young Nigerians? Because it seems that that's the sector that is currently being captured in our population. Why the surge in content creation in amongst our Nigerian youths?
You see, the surge in you find in social media today is because of the money. Remove the money, a lot of people will sit back and not do anything. There was a time in Nigeria when popularity wasn't really giving people money. People just get popular, but they're not rich. And then sometimes you find some actors, for example, an actor will be sick, they will start soliciting for money to treat the actor. But this is a popular person. Today, if you look at our film industry in Nigeria, more of our actors are now making skits. They are not more interested in making 2 hours movie and all of that. They are not making skits because the popularity they have.
Don't you think that that's also impacting the Nollywood as a sector?
Definitely it is. Definitely it is. And if you ask me, I will tell you it is the result of having a kind of system, economic system, whereby people are looking for survival. Like in America, for example, monetization have been there right from the beginning. But you see, you don't find a lot of people gravitating towards content creation. You don't find actors in America now doing skits.
Like Tom Cruise.
Yes.
How
Tom Cruise doesn't
Tom Cruise doing these skits?
Kefasolola doesn't do skits. You know why? Because the economic setup in America is such that they will not be interested in looking for survival, looking for where to make some money for themselves quickly and all of that. But I tell you, monetization is why the surge increased. Now let me quickly tell you this, because a lot of people don't know this. There are people that are in Nigeria right now, even though Facebook have brought monetization to Nigeria, there are a lot of content creators in Nigeria who are still not monetized in Nigeria. They were monetized before Facebook monetized Nigeria, and then when they looked at the monetization in Nigeria, they tried to change their profile and all of that, their pages. They are going to be earning less, because even in the monetization, those in America, those in Canada, those in the UK, they earn more than those in Nigeria.
Mark, you seems to be nodding in affirmation.
Of course.
Tell us about it. Let's see how a lot of persons are bypassing this system, because we're educating millions of persons who are actually watching and who are interested. Is it legal to be in Nigeria and you are being monetized, or so to speak, from outside? And if it is, how possible is that? How can the average Nigerian out there with a smartphone that has something upstairs, how can that person capture this particular knowledge and run with it?
Yes, it is legal to be in Nigeria and monetize outside, because there are agencies who manage those accounts for you. So you are like an artist being managed by an agency. So that agency create the account with their broad information, and you manage it. Quite recently, Very Dark Man, VDM, he brought that awareness to everybody that he has been on Facebook and he has been making a lot of money. But you know what? His account is not managed in Nigeria.
Was he after the EFCC?
Yes.
Checking his books.
So after the EFCC were checking, they were like, this man making so much money. Do giveaways in millions. And at the end of the day, they thought there was so much money there. But when they deep in and they say a lot of things. But I want to say something about what Peter said. You know, we are in the stage of awareness. Coming back to the surge in 2024, we're in the stage of awareness. And that is why even YouTube, their payout 2024 was more than it was before. Because when people get aware, that Facebook has monetized. So Nigerians now key in. Yes, you may say because of the economical situation, even users have their own value.
Users value.
Yeah, so in Facebook right now, in the monetization, the users are even getting more likes and everything than even most people that are putting quality content there.
Because
Why?
Some persons will say, well, what is the likes of Pella? What is it doing? It seems to be a nuisance to some persons.
He has his audience.
But he has the audience.
He has his audience, and that's what Peter said. He has his audience. You can be dishing out quality content, but you have a fewer audience, and somebody will just remix it, retweak it, and you get 1 billion views, 1 million views, and you are there struggling with 7,000 views, and you will not get it there. So that's it. So you can be legal when you have agency working with you out there. But the good thing is that he has given Nigerians an opportunity, because we talk about the economy. There is an opportunity for you to make something
if you have a smartphone.
If you have a smartphone.
And you're smart with it as well.
You have to be smart with it. You have to be smart with it, because every position you take, every stage you move from your audience generation and everything, you have to be calculative. Even those that publicize what we call the content that are not necessary, they are also smart with it. They are calculative. They know their audience. They create a lot of vibes on the internet just for them to get their views. As Peter said, it's all about the money. Remove money, most people will not be interested.
Because the other time we saw Don Jazzy comparing one of his A-list artists with the likes of Portable. According to him, he said, all right, this guy has quality, but Portable has the attention of people.
Yes.
And as such, their level of, should I use the word popularity, or what actually comes differ. And it's also stated that Instagram influencers, they charge between 50,000 to $1 million per post if they want to do. Now let's talk about the area of marketing beyond just the monetization. Now let's look at how brands, how they get adverts, how they also try to incorporate that into their skits and probably endorsement, and how it actually boosts the financial profiles of some of these content creators.
It's all about leads generation. You have to know your audience, target the audience, and brands have been using that to generate a lot of leads. And that is why they are all after those who have followers. You have 1 million followers, definitely a brand will come to you, and you'll be going to somebody who has 2,000 followers, when you can leverage on one man that has 1 million followers, because the post from the 1 million followers gives you the brand visibility. So brands actually are looking for those who have followers, because it's all about business. I can't give and I will not get from it. So if I spend money for you to promote my brand, definitely I should see the value for that money I have spent. So business owners are looking for those people who are available out there, but there's a key you must follow. There are steps you must follow. There are key things you must be consistent. If you want to build a brand there, you must be very, very consistent.
I think we'll come there.
Yeah.
Well, because this is the second time I'm actually bringing up that particular thought. Let me quickly come to Peter. The era of ambassador, you see, Glow, so to speak, has 11 ambassadors, 10 ambassadors, and you see a lot of celebrities have been made ambassadors to these big brands. It seems, Peter, that is reducing with the advent of social media influencers. Do you think those brands, they did their homework and discovered that they weren't getting value for that, or you think it is something that we have gone way beyond having endorsement from popular celebrities? We now are in the era of influencers. Peter?
It's very simple. I was talking to somebody some days ago about a guy that I know that sells newspapers. And then I asked my friend, I said, when last did you buy a newspaper? He said he doesn't know. I don't remember the last time I bought a newspaper. So, for example, a brand takes Mr. A as their brand ambassador, and then they put him on newspaper. They buy a page of newspaper. And then on TV, they roll adverts and all of that. Now we have the situation in Nigeria that they've not been able to solve, and that's power. So if I don't have power in my house and they are playing an advert on TV, I won't see it. But you see, my phone is charged and I know how many hours it's going to take me. Right now, people have migrated to data. People don't even buy credit; they buy data. All right. So with my phone, that I can calculate how long the phone is going to be on. I scroll through social media. It makes this television lifestyle move from a regular box TV to your phone. So everything is migrating to the internet. If I want to read a newspaper report, I just go to the newspaper website, I bring it out, I read. So I don't need to go buy the paper on the road and all of that. So the dynamics have changed. Things have moved, life have moved on. So it now looks like more of like a waste of time to go through the whole system like they used to do it in 1990, 1999 and all of that. Yeah. So these brands have moved on because we have a lot of influencers today on the internet. The internet made a lot of people popular. The internet have made a lot of people their own, they are now employers of themselves, and they now have self-made popularity, if there's such a thing. People sit in their room and then they get popular. People do interview. I know somebody that if you want 1 hour from him on Instagram, it's 1.5 million.
And we know
and people still
he has actually handed over to Medium. He was the king of the airway, but he has handed over to Medium.
So you see that it's really, the dynamics have changed.
Obviously.
So these big companies, they don't want to concentrate on one person. So the scouts, they look at people, you have 1 million above, they can give you a deal, and then you just run it. And you see, the thing is this: if you run that advert, it remains on your page anytime. Anybody can go and play it. Unlike a regular terrestrial broadcast, where once the month is over, you don't get the jingle anymore.
All right. It seems that a lot of our viewers have been saying, "Wow, so this thing is possible. I can do it." But let's look at the eligibility. It's not that easy. And we're told that you must have at least 10,000 followers, and that's huge. 10,000 followers, and it is also said that with 600,000 total minute view in at least 60 days, and that's huge. And 5 or more active videos, obviously per day, and must also comply with their various social media monetization policies. Now, how can give us the ABC of how do I start? How do I build this 10,000? How do I take it from 10,000 to 50,000 to 500,000 to 1 million? And we see people who have 4 point something million followers on their various social media handles. How should somebody who is about starting, who has said, all right, I'm interested in what you guys are talking about, how do I start? That's where you come in.
Well, it is not a rocket science. It's just being consistent, as I said earlier. For you to start, first you must identify where you want to focus on. Okay, identify that should be your niche. Then you must be very consistent. Everybody, virtually, we have about 51 million Nigerians, more than 51 million Nigerians using Facebook alone. More than 51. So it's a huge market.
Is it on a daily basis or the total number?
The total as more than 51 million on Facebook, registered account on Facebook, more than 51 million. So when you have such a huge
51 million.
Huge market, anything can go viral, but you must be very consistent. You must have where you want to focus on. If you want to focus on comedy, good. Focus on comedy and be very consistent with comedy. And to correct a notion, it's not a must. You must have 10,000 followers before
you start earning.
You earn by the views on your. If you are monetized, the views on your content.
What comes first? Is it the monetization or the followers? If somebody now creates an account, maybe this evening, can that account be monetized almost immediately?
No.
So is it the followers going up that comes first before the monetization, or at what point should a user begin to consider monetization and from there?
No, the way Facebook has, let me concentrate on Facebook now. the way Facebook have built their own platform is the moment you go professional, you are automatically a monetization candidate.
So what does it mean to be professional? Because we must get all this.
So being professional on a simple time means that you are leaving a friend request level to follow me level. Let me just break it down that way. From friend request to follow me. So it means when you are professional, people follow you. When people follow you, there are tasks that Facebook give you to do every
Challenges.
week.
Yeah.
So they give you those tasks. You must be consistent enough to fulfill those tasks at least 100%. So if you are consistent week in, week out, you deliver on those tasks. Those are your deliverables now. So it's like Facebook is giving you deliverables that you must meet up. So you must first meet up with those deliverables. Then from there, they have seen that this person is consistent. He has the niche. He has engagement. You may be dishing out videos, and if there is no engagement, there will be an issue, because without engagement, how will Facebook market those videos out there? Because they need the engagement. So people must be engaging those videos, and you must focus on reels. I think Peter will agree with me on that.
Reels and posts.
Reels and posts give you a lot of, because with reels you can do many things. You can utilize music, sounds that are already there on Facebook, which people have been using. And when you use such a sound on your reels, people who are very consistent and love such a sound will see it. And when they see, they'll click on it. And you must endeavor to use short videos. People like me that like long videos, I'm trying my best very well to start doing short videos.
What do you mean short? A minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes?
2 minutes is too long. If you see the attention span of most people on the social media is very short. So nobody wants to watch a long video unless probably a skit. And even skit, if it's more than 4 minutes, people will not watch it completely. So focus on, to build it now, I'm saying now, focus on the task and ensure that you deliver on those tasks completely, 100%, and go beyond and above what Facebook has asked you to do for the week. If Facebook asks you to deliver 7 reels, 24 posts, get 4 followers, do
I'm just looking at it. It's a prescription by the doctor.
Yes, like a prescription. It's like a prescription. The way you are professional, you see it there. It's a prescription you must follow. So when you do it, you get to that stage where your followership and your views and engagement are high. They can even be paying you on a particular video. So when you are there on monetization, there are different levels. You can start by earning stars. People will now be sending you stars. Those stars translate to, I think, 5 cents or 1 cent.
It
Depends on how. So at its minimum of 1 cent. So people start sending you stars. From there you graduate to the next level. You go to TikTok. TikTok is a different level entirely, because on TikTok people earn money from live shows on TikTok. You understand? So you must know where you want to focus on and just be very consistent. But recently, I think if I would recommend, storytelling has been doing a lot. Storytelling has been captivating the minds of people, because with storytelling you can tell a lot of stories. You can capture different divergence of views. Storytelling comedy, storytelling business.
We'll come here, Peter. Tell us how we can build and also grow to become eligible for some of these mouth-watering cash that we've been mentioning since the program started.
It's very simple. Just put your content out there. Keep putting content. Just keep posting. Keep being consistent in what you do. For example, a couple of years ago, I think I opened my account, that Instagram account, I think in 2020, and then I just had like maybe 5 followers. I wasn't posting on Instagram. I didn't even understand how to use it. But when it was 2022, during the election, I love politics, so I supported my own candidate. So that now made me to be more frequent. Facebook was always blocking me from commenting, so I just left Facebook and I went to Instagram. Now, when I started using my Instagram, commenting on a lot of people's posts, I began to get followers. And then, Reels now came. I remix videos and all of that. Today I have 22,600 followers on Instagram. Then on TikTok, I opened the account recently, and then it was slow. But by contribution on people's live, because on TikTok, if you don't have 1,000, you cannot open your camera, you cannot go live. But within the space of 1 week, when I start with TikTok, within the space of 1 week, going on people's programs, when they bring me up live, they like my contribution, I get followers. Now I've crossed 1,000 followers on TikTok. So you see, it's consistency. Just keep doing what you're doing, you'll be growing, all right? You'll be growing. And then they have, different countries have their own monetization policy. For example, on TikTok, somebody gave me money gun. Money gun here looks like it's $2. But the person from America who gave me the money gun said it cost him $8. So it's $8 in America.
$2.
$2 in Nigeria.
So $6.
Yes. So it varies. You see. So the country
So
you are in.
it means you are currently earning from these platforms.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
On TikTok, yes. When I go live, people give me gifts. But you see, when I try to cash out the money, I was required to have an American account. That's an American account number or PayPal. Still, PayPal is still not a Nigerian thing. So the money comes in dollars. So you see, most people who are monetized and they get the money and they spend it, there is still a middleman who does the conversion for them. The middleman takes his own share and then give you a share. Like in Facebook now, when they came to Nigeria, in Nigeria you can have a fresh account and then monetize. They pay you in Naira. But I tell you, if you get 1 million views, for example, and then 100,000 comments, all right, in Nigeria, and then you have same video, 1 million views, 100,000 comments in America, it's two different amount of money. So while the guy in Nigeria may be earning an equivalent of, let's say, $1,000, the guy in America may earn equivalent of $5,000. So you see that the people over here, big content creators who have been monetized over the years, many of them still prefer to leave that account to be in America or to be in the UK, and then they deal with the person that's paying them, all right? Like a local balance, what they call as a man.
Okay, so that's the middleman.
Yes, that's the middleman. So the as a man is now in America or is outside Nigeria, he gets the money. And then he takes his own percentage and then he gives you yours.
Now, Mark, let's look at the top. Who are the top earners probably on YouTube or across social medias? Because at a point we were told Mark Angel stood at number 1, Brother Shaggy or so in Lagos number 2, and these guys, you see them spraying foreign currencies when they go to parties or when they are also invited. These guys, they seems to be on the top of the pyramid, don't you think so, Mark?
Yeah, they are on the top because they are the paparazzis. They are the ones that people know about. But do you know?
But some of them are also the pioneers.
People like Tunde Ednut. He doesn't shout. He doesn't make noise. But he earns so much with all this monetization.
Where is the Linda Cages of our time? Where has she gone to?
It's AdSense. Linda Ikeji started from AdSense, So you have to learn something. You have to rebrand to engage in this social media space. You understand? So that's why people like Linda Ikeji will not be so much popular now. Because every day people go and understand this terrain. You understand? So today not is a different league entirely. Even Don Jazzy you spoke about earlier. It's also in a different league entirely. But we know about the Pella, the Jarvis, because the youth resonate with all those things. We are youth exuberant. We tend to align with most of all those guys. Mark Angel was huge when it comes to YouTube. Huge. Till tomorrow is still huge. But I don't think he's the top earner right now on YouTube. I think Pella and Jarvis, they are up there. Apart from their Tunde Edno Nigerians who have been very good. Pella, Jarvis.
Pella and Jarvis, they are up in TikTok.
Yeah.
Now, let's go
on other platforms.
TikTok, that's
let's look at the religious angles. It's been said that our pastors are also do the Lord.
The truth is, I don't think, I'll go and check my facts, but I don't think anybody on YouTube earns like Pastor Jerry Eze.
Pastor Jerry Eze.
Jerry Eze earns more than you have to combine a lot of content
No,
creators.
Jerry Eze is in a different level entirely when it comes to.
So they should just create.
No, you know what Peter said earlier. You must have your followers.
Yes.
His followers are automatic. He has his followers. He has the followers. They are there and they are ready to engage. NSPPD is there everywhere. So anything Pastor Jerry posts.
You know the way it works. When you go live, all right, you earn more than the person that's just posting. So somebody like Jerry Eze, Pastor Jerry Eze gets cut across all platforms.
Yeah.
He gets almost 200,000 people watching him live on a daily basis. Monday to Friday, people are watching him. Hundreds of thousands of people engage, and then the prayer can last for 1 hour plus.
And they are there.
So the more the time you spend and the number of people that are engaging with you, your money is reading like it's.
So you see these guys as pioneers. Now let's look at educational instructors. Who are the people actually holding that space? Because it seems like you said, we have the comedy, we have storytelling, we have religious, where we see a lot of the likes of Jerry Eze, like we talked about. Although we know Nathan Ebasi has been monetized, then we have the likes of Apostle Joshua Selman, and as the case may be. Now let's come to educational space. Who are those holding the banner at this particular space? To say, come on, we're pushing it from this end. We may not be, we're not swayed to comedy, we're not swayed to remix, but we're staying with educational subsector in this entire tech system.
We have Fela Durotoye, educational space, leadership is there. We know when it comes to Nigeria, especially in the educational space, we have most of our pastors and ministers who are also there, romancing the educational space. So you'll be calling them as far as we are discussing educational space. So the pastors like Apostle Selma, Sam Adeyemi, they are all there. So those guys have been there dishing out quality content, and they have been very consistent. So that is why they get the followers, and their followers are just there. They are not running away. They want to get a tip. Okay, let me check somebody in this page. Let me pick one thing. And this former MD of is it First Bank? This woman.
Yes. Yeah, what's that? She's doing so much. Pushing. And she came in like 2 years back.
So you can see, because she has something to offer, and she has the audience, and she has been very consistent. Both as a minister, because now she's
been invited
both
to
a minister and also a leadership coach. So those are the people who have been up there when it comes to education.
Now let's look at the future. Do you think at any time in the nearest future, this disparity that Peter talked about, $6, that's huge. Do you think in any time in the nearest future, this disparity, this dichotomy will be taken off, especially when more Nigerians come to it? And also, are we protesting to Facebook or writing to Facebook to say, hey, let's take up this disparity? Mind you, Facebook is already threatening Nigerian content creators that they are moving out and they are shutting down because of the so many lawsuits that is being slammed on Facebook. Tell us the future as we begin to run.
Well, Facebook is a business environment. Facebook is also for business, and Nigerians are more also in that space. So I think that going forward, Facebook and the rest, they'll find a common ground with the content creators in Nigeria, and everybody is supposed to be a win-win situation for us. So going forward, both Facebook, both Twitter, both TikTok, all of them have seen that there's a huge market in Nigeria, and Nigerians are very much available to enter into this market because they are rolling out a lot of stuff,
and they're serious with it.
And they are very serious with it. You see people doing prank. On the prank
Peter, the next future.
I don't think there's going to be any adjustments at all. Let me tell you why.
And you're being practical.
Yes, I'm being practical. At the time, I was talking to somebody yesterday, the person is in America, and I said the reason I know an Uber driver in America will earn so much money is because an Uber driver in Nigeria earns like a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So a medical doctor in America has no salary scale. A medical doctor in Nigeria has no salary scale. The truth is, no matter how bad the salary is, a medical doctor is not among those that are suffering in Nigeria. just as a medical doctor in America is not among those that are suffering. All right. So when you look at the exchange rate, that's what Facebook is looking at. It's not as if they want to give us something lower, but what they are getting from us is lower. The money with which you subscribe your data is according to the Naira exchange rate. So whatever these people are paying, is coming from your data. So when they look at the views that come from Nigeria and the views that come from Europe, they are two different earnings entirely. So it's not going to change in the near future unless we step up our game economically, or else
you just agree with what I'm saying. So we definitely have to step up our game, but if we do that, it will definitely change. We can't remain like this.
Like Peter,
we can't remain
if we step up our games, our content creators will no longer be interested in content creation. They may not be interested in doing
exactly.
So at the end of the day, if the economy balances to an extent, setting these youths who
let me quickly say this.
Yes, a minute as we round up.
When people complain about some levels of corruption in Nigeria, it's because of the fact that the system is still not working. That's why those things exist. For example, somebody was saying that people in a certain region where oil companies are, the oil companies give them slots to work, but these people don't want to work, so they sell their slots. I now said, listen, if the economy was working generally, they wouldn't need slots for that community. So nobody's going to buy your slots. If I don't work here, I can work there. But when there's no option, there's only one place to work, and a lot of people want to work, then somebody will have to go and sell slot and somebody will die.
Peter.
I agree with you. So that I still stick to what I said. As long as we step up and
as a nation,
get our system right, then even if people leave content creation, it means they are living for something better. So you must have something better before you leave.
Sure.
So definitely, when the nation step up, Africa step up, Nigeria step up, they will not have a choice than to rearrange the policy to suit us. And it's true, the exchange rate is a factor and it affects everything.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that. I think we're actually stepping out of the program. Let's step down the program because time certainly has been judiciously used. And I trust you've gotten a thing or two beyond what we've given to you. Go get other information. You can reach out to these guys and look out for other mentors, consultants. By all means, don't be idle. Don't be jobless. Get up. A lot of persons have been able to overcome their situations, circumstances, and they're doing a lot for themselves. Thank you, Peter, for coming. Thank you, Mark. Wonderful time. I hope we'll call you again. We'll come discuss more on the future of this business. We've been looking at monetizing innovation and how young people like you and I can be able to capture this industry. Thank you for joining me. My name is Uncommon Demand saying have a wonderful day. Bye for now.